Hey guys, Kakarot197 again. This time with a review of the high-grade Hyperion Gundam from the Gundam Seed MSV series. And when I bought this kit, I was actually pretty excited about it because I really like the Hyperion Gundam. Unfortunately, this kit got shafted about as hard as the Eurasian Federation itself in Gundam Seed. There's seam lines all over this thing, and the proportions definitely could have been better. It's got a face only a mother could love, and the thin lower part of the lower legs make the feet feel way more massive than they should be. For stickers then, we get the usual eye stickers and a metallic green sticker for the sensor of the gun, and then my all-time favorite metallic red stickers for parts that should have been matte red. We get one for the crotch that doesn't actually cover the whole area it should have covered, meaning they couldn't even bother to get the stickers right. And then we get two wraparound stickers for each of these portions. As for painting then, we'll need yellow for each of the pyramids, dark gray for the chest vents, normal gray for these two portions of the face, the cuffs and the verniers or exhaust on the shoulders and ankle guards, red for the sensor arrays and the insides of the main thrusters, and if you want to be completely color accurate, this part of the backpack has to be a different gray from the rest of the backpack. So for a seed kit, I can at least say that it's not the worst out there. What's also nice is that we get a sheet of marking stickers, allowing you to designate your Hyperion Gundam as either Unit 1, 2, or 3. But still, straight out of the box, we get a Hyperion Gundam that could do with some serious plastic surgery. And things only get downhill when we have a look at the accessories. On the mobile suit, we find two beam knives stored on the legs, but the problem is, these are dummies. They might be nicely detailed for a Gundam Seed kit, but they don't do anything. So, of course, we get two solid beam knives instead. At the very least, they fit very well into the hands, so once you paint them, your Hyperion Gundam will be able to make good use of them. And it's not just sad for the beam knives themselves that they're dummies, but also for the included beam submachine gun. Now this thing is your typical rifle that you get with a model kit. Two halves slapped together, barrel on top, and then this extra handle to make it move. This then means that our magazine that should be removable isn't. But also, if you have a closer look, you will see that there is a beam knife inside of it, which again normally should be removable, but now isn't. And because the beam effect parts are simply part of the beam knives, there's also no beam effect part that goes into this thing. And just to make things that little bit extra bad, even though it comes with a dedicated right trigger finger hand, it suffers from the usual seed problem of not being in there very securely at all. At the very least, it's not going to fall out. But despite all the negatives that it has, I can't help but love this submachine gun. And the Hyperion Gundam has just enough articulation to hold it with both hands in some cool poses. For defensive purposes then, this thing should normally come with a compact version of the Umbrella of Artemis. So for this model kit, we get a grand total of one triangle, which you can put on either arm by removing the red part, replacing it with this red part, and then putting it on there. Yes, it does look nice as is, but I do feel like they missed a serious opportunity to really make this model kit stand out from other seed kits by giving us a few more beam effect parts. But that's enough talk about the accessories. Now let's have a look at the very standard Gundam Seed articulation that this thing comes with. The head is on the usual hinge and ball joint combo, so it does go up nicely, goes down a little bit, rotates around all the way, and goes forwards and backwards a bit. The arms will rotate around all the way, go up about that far, will rotate around below the shoulder, bend at the elbow on only a single joint. The hands on ball joints will wiggle around, turn around, and do everything a ball joint does. The backpack then does have some cool movement. These will simply swivel forwards, although it is quite a loose joint. As you can see, that should normally just fall down, because when I was posing it, this would constantly fall down, but for some reason it decided to get stronger. Fair enough. Then it opens up like that. And here he is with both of them quote-unquote active. Wouldn't that have looked so amazing with some beam activation effect parts? Anyways, moving right along, the waist is on a simple peg. We'll rotate around all the way. The front skirts are molded together but can be separated, which is not something all Gundam Seed kits could do, so props to this guy. The legs will go forwards nicely, backwards a little bit. We'll go out about that far. We'll then rotate around on that ball joint. The knees will bend on 2 joints, but that is about all you're going to get out of it. The ankle guards will go up and down, and then the feet are on simple ball joints. They'll go forwards a little bit, backwards not really a whole lot. They'll go side to side a bit, and then they will also rotate around a little bit. So yeah, there's really nothing more I can say about this than typical Gundam Seed articulation. They can take some cool poses, but just don't expect anything too crazy. So as always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And I don't know if I'm disappointed despite being a fan of the Hyperion Gundam or because I'm a fan of the Hyperion Gundam. What I am sure about is that this is in no way a kit I could recommend. There's really nothing good about it. Everything is either average or below average. It was so at the time, and it definitely is now. I guess it's because this is a Mobile Suit Variations machine that Bandai couldn't really be bothered to put any effort into this kit because there's really so much more they could have done with it. I'm not asking for a full beam dome, but some beam effect parts and like some beam activation parts for all of the generators could have given this kit so much more personality. And the worst of it all is that this is not just the only gunpla of the Hyperion Gundam, but it's the only anything. So this is what you've got to do with if you really want a Hyperion. All of that being said though, I might actually buy more of these because I really like the idea of differentiating my Eurasian daggers from my Atlantic Federation daggers by giving them the Hyperion Gundam's beam submachine gun. Anyways, on to size comparisons. First of all, here it is next to its main rival in more than one way, the Revive Ailstrike Gundam and the 105 Dagger. Next up are some targets, the old high-grade Jin and the Saigu, and finally, here it is next to the standard size Gym Custom and the always bulky Zaku 3. And that is all for this review of this unfortunately disappointing kit that I'll probably buy more of. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great day, and I'll see you all next time.